Please like and subscribe for more videos. Tennessee Code Annotated Section 3913-111, Domestic Assault. Subsection A. As used in this section, domestic abuse victim means any person who falls within the following categories. 1. Adults or minors who are current or former spouses. 2. Adults or minors who live together or who have lived together. 3. Adults or minors who are dating or who have dated or who have or had a sexual relationship but does not include fraternization between two individuals in a business or social context. 4. Adults or minors related by blood or adoption. 5. Adults or minors who are related or were formerly related by marriage. Or 6. Adult or minor children of a person in a relationship that is described in subdivisions A 1 through 5. Subsection B. A person commits domestic assault who commits an assault as defined in Section 3913-101 against a domestic abuse victim. Subsection C. 1. A first conviction for domestic assault and the second or subsequent conviction for domestic assault committed in a manner prohibited by Section 3913-101A2 and A3 is punishable the same as assault under Section 3913-101 and additionally, as provided in subdivisions C2 and C3 and subsection D and E of this section. 2. A second conviction for domestic assault committed in a manner prohibited by Section 3913-101A1 is punishable by a fine of not less than $350 nor more than $3,500, and by confinement in the county jail or workhouse for not less than 30 consecutive days, nor more than 11 months and 29 days. 3. A third or subsequent conviction for domestic assault under Section 3913-101A1 is a Class E felony. The defendant must be sentenced to mandatory confinement of not less than 90 consecutive days in a county jail or workhouse. The defendant must pay a fine of not less than $1,100 nor more than $5,000. 4. For purposes of this section, a person who is convicted of a violation of Section 3913-111 committed in a manner prohibited by Section 3913-101A1 shall not be subject to the enhanced penalties prescribed in this subsection C if 10 or more years have elapsed between the date of the present violation and the date of any immediately preceding violation of Section 3913-111 committed in a manner prohibited by Section 3913-101A1 that resulted in a conviction for such offense. 5. In addition to any other punishment that may be imposed for a violation of this section, if, as determined by the court, the defendant possesses the ability to pay a fine in an amount not in excess of $225, then the court shall impose a fine at the level of the defendant's ability to pay, but not in excess of $225. The additional fine shall be paid to the clerk of the court imposing sentence, who shall transfer it to the state treasurer, who shall credit the fine to the general fund. All fines so credited to the general fund shall be subject to appropriation by the General Assembly for the exclusive purpose of funding family violence shelters and shelter services. This appropriation shall be in addition to any amount appropriated pursuant to Section 674411. 6. If a defendant pleads guilty or is found guilty of a domestic violence offense, as defined by this section or in Section 4014-109, the judge shall immediately order that the defendant a. terminate physical possession of all firearms in the defendant's possession within 48 hours of the conviction by any lawful means, such as transferring possession to a third party who is not prohibited from possessing firearms, and b. complete an affidavit of firearms dispossession form and return it to the court in which the defendant was convicted when all firearms have been lawfully dispossessed as required by subdivision C6A. 2. The defendant may obtain the affidavit of dispossession from the court or court clerk, or the defendant may be directed to obtain a copy from the website of the administrative office of the courts. 7. In addition to all other fines, fees, costs, and punishments now prescribed by law, the court shall assess each person convicted of domestic assault an electronic monitoring indigency fee of $10. All proceeds collected pursuant to this subdivision C7 shall be transmitted to the treasurer for deposit in the electronic monitoring indigency fund established in section 5510-419. Subdivision D. As part of a defendant's alternative sentencing for a violation of this section, the sentencing judge may direct the defendant to complete a drug or alcohol treatment program or available counseling programs that address violence and control issues, including but not limited to a batterer's intervention program that has been certified by the Domestic Violence State Coordinating Council. Completion of a non-certified batterer's intervention program shall only be ordered if no certified program is available in the sentencing county. No batterer's intervention program, certified or non-certified, shall be deemed complete until the full term of the program is complete, and the judge may not require a defendant to attend less than the full term of a program as part of a plea agreement or otherwise. The defendant's knowing failure to complete such an intervention program shall be considered a violation of the defendant's alternative sentence program, and the sentencing judge may revoke the defendant's participation in such program and order execution of sentence. Subsection E. A person convicted of a violation under this section shall be required to serve at least the minimum sentence day for day. All persons sentenced under this section shall, in addition to service of at least the minimum sentence, be required to serve the difference between the time actually served and the maximum sentence on supervised probation. Subsection F. A person convicted of a violation of this section involving strangulation or attempted strangulation shall be punished by a mandatory minimum sentence of 30 days incarceration, which includes participation in programming that is evidence-based for domestic violence. Thank you for watching. I hope this reading was clear and helped you understand the statute. If you found this content helpful, don't forget to like the video and subscribe for more. Remember, this is an educational reading and not legal advice. Always consult a qualified attorney for specific legal concerns. Have questions or suggestions for future topics? Drop them in the comments below. Stay informed and I'll see you in the next video.